Joining us now, longtime teammate, most importantly, friend of Kobe Bryant, Derek Fisher. And Derek, we were just talking moments ago. We hate that this is why we are here talking today. So from the bottom of my heart, your family here at Spectrum Sportsnet, of course, we want to thank you for taking the time to join us. Fish, the unthinkable, the unimaginable, it has happened. So many people still in shock, disbelief, numb, feeling all the emotions. I want to start with you first on what you will remember your teammate and your dear friend, Kobe Bryant, by.
Yeah, I mean, my first thoughts in terms of remembrance are remembering to, forever, like, think about Vanessa, Natalia, Bianca, Capri, the family, Kobe's mom and dad, their extended family. Like, I can only imagine what their experience has been like this last day or so. And if less than 1% of the pain that I'm feeling is anything like what they're feeling, I can just only imagine. So I want to remember Kobe for so much more than basketball and what he did on the court. Like, I just think his legacy is so much greater than sport, and being able to see him transition into what his life was forming into after leaving basketball as a player, coaching young girls, really pushing hard to support the women's game, creatively adding value to Hollywood and film, and to, like, it, it's almost like his life was just beginning. And so the biggest thing I want to focus on really is being a husband and being a father are arguably the two most important jobs we can have as men. And to see the way he worked hard to be great at both of those jobs is what I always love about him.
Very well said, Derek. I never had a chance to officially meet Kobe, but like so many around the globe, he had this incredible ability to make you feel. He had this gift to make you feel like you knew him, like you met him. Do you remember that first time you met Kobe? What was that like for you?
Yeah, I mean, meeting in in a basketball setting, like when training camp starts, our rookie season, I initially couldn't understand or process, like, the confidence that he possessed. It wouldn't compute that a young dude in high school, 4 months ago, is like this confident in what he's capable of doing. And so, there was some of that energy in, how Cole carried himself. And it takes a while to get beyond that, and it takes a little time to then start to get to know, who he is as a person. And because we were both rookies at the same time, we did a lot of things together in terms of appearances in the community in LA, different interviews and opportunities to deal with media. We spent a lot of time together after practice playing full court one-on-one, and I started to understand that he was more than just, a confident basketball player. Very smart, very intelligent, well-rounded person. And, I just know that I wouldn't be who I am today, not just in terms of what I did in terms of my job, but just as a person and as a man, without having had the opportunity to work with him for so many years. Like, he made me better, and I'll never forget that.
Fish, when was the last time you spoke to Kobe?
It was verbally. We saw each other at youth basketball tournaments down in Anaheim late last year, before the holiday, before Thanksgiving. So probably late October, and there are a lot of people around, so it wasn't a long conversation, but we always loved seeing each other. Saw a lot more of each other since I took the Sparks job because of how much time he was spending at girls' games and NCAA women's games. And, he and Gigi were, at USC versus Oregon or, UCLA versus Oregon State, just different games that I was there watching, scouting players. And we always, would make it a point to say hello to each other. So it wasn't that long ago that we saw each other face to face. And, we oftentimes would email and shoot each other a note from time to time. We both share birthdays in August, and that was always a time that we loved to touch base as well.
As a head coach in the WNBA, as a father of daughters yourself, you speak a little bit about just how much you've seen them over the last short period of time, given their love for the women's game and women's sports entirely. To see that support from Kobe, Fish, what does that mean to you?
I think, what it means to me is, I think, like, inconsequential compared to what it means to so many young people around the world. His reach was so far globally that just showing up to things, to make a statement, to post something on social media in support of girls and women, I have no idea how impactful that is. And so, what it represents to me, though, is that the fact that he's physically no longer here to do those things, someone has to do it. And, as long as I'm involved in the women's game, whether coaching, fan, whatever role that I ever have, I have a responsibility to him and to his family to make sure that what he and Gianna were building on the girls' side and on the women's side, it cannot end because they aren't physically here anymore. And that's what I'll hold on to. And I just think it means a lot to all the young girls in basketball to see Kobe on a regular basis. To see the way the women reacted in the Oregon versus Oregon State game, that says a lot about what he's done for college basketball in terms of women and for the WNBA. And we cannot let that end because he isn't here.
You said that also this morning, and I thought it was very powerful. Kobe was all about inspiring all the while, but thereafter. And it's certainly going to live on. Fish, just one more thought from you, if you don't mind. A favorite memory you have with Kobe?
I think what has become my favorite memory is, like I've been saying, there's really nothing on the court that, I think makes it a favorite moment. My favorite moment is a conversation we had about life and our children and the role that we wanted to try and play in our children's lives. And Kobe made a very, just profound comment about having the ability to, and choosing to, look ahead 20 years at where the lives of his daughters would be if he was not there with them every day, if he was not a fully present father. And that conversation will always be my favorite moment because what we do in life and what we do for others and what we do for our children as parents and and as husbands, as men, that's much bigger than sport. And that comment for me will live on forever and in the way I try to continue to raise my children. And that's my favorite Kobe moment and story.
Again, right there, that is Derek Fisher remembering his longtime teammate, his forever friend, Kobe Bryant. Fish, again, we want to thank you for taking the time. We appreciate you. We're here for you. We love you. Joining us now, longtime teammate, most importantly, friend of Kobe Bryant, Derek Fisher. And Derek, we were just talking moments ago. We hate that this is why we are here talking today. So from the bottom of my heart, your family here at Spectrum Sportsnet, of course, we want to thank you for taking the time to join us. Fish, the unthinkable, the unimaginable, it has happened. So many people still in shock, disbelief, numb, feeling all the emotions. I want to start with you first on what you will remember your teammate and your dear friend, Kobe Bryant, by.
Yeah, I mean, my first thoughts in terms of remembrance are remembering to, forever, like, think about Vanessa, Natalia, Bianca, Capri, the family, Kobe's mom and dad, their extended family. Like, I can only imagine what their experience has been like this last day or so. And if less than 1% of the pain that I'm feeling is anything